Call the meeting to order this Monday, June 17th, the Board of Works and Safety. First item on the agenda is approval of the minutes, and we'll do them separately. We had a regular meeting on May 20th that we didn't have a quorum to approve at our last meeting, so I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of May 20th, 2019.
Support.
There's no further discussion. I call for the vote. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Motion carries and I abstain. Next item on the agenda then is the regular meeting minutes of June 30th, 2019.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of June 3rd, 2019.
I'll second that and I call for the vote. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is awarding of the bids for the 2019 citywide pavement repair project.
Mr. President, the bids have been reviewed. Reith and Riley has been confirmed as the lowest, most responsive bidder in the amount of $104,200. I recommend issuing the notice of award to Reith and Riley for this project.
Any further discussion? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion to award the bid for the 2019 citywide paving repair project to Reith and Riley in the amount of $104,200.
I'll second that motion.
No further discussion. I call for the vote. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is awarding of the bids for the 2019 citywide sidewalk repair project. Any discussion?
Walsh & Kelly is the lowest, most responsive bidder for this project. Recommend the issuance of the notice of award to Walsh & Kelly in the amount of $375,661.
Any further discussion? Not, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to award the bid for the 2019 citywide sidewalk repair project to Walsh & Kelly in the sum of $375,661.
Support.
For discussion, I call for the vote. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is another awarding of bids for the 2019 Community Crossings Matching Grant Eastport Resurfacing Project. Division 1, Pleasant Ave. Division 2, Richland Ave to Michigan Boulevard to Holiday.
So Walsh & Kelly is the lowest, most responsive bidder for this project. Recommend issuing the notice of award to Walsh & Kelly for both Division 1 and Division 2 for the total cost of $95,763.50.
Further discussion.
Make a motion to award the bid of the 2019 Community Crossings Matching Grant Eastport Resurfacing Project for Division 1 and 2 to Walsh & Kelly in the amount of $95,763.50.
I'll second that motion.
No further discussion. I call for the vote. All those in favor, aye. Motion. Aye. Okay. Did you say aye?
Aye, I'm sorry.
Okay. Motion carries.
I thought you were saying aye.
I did. Next item on the agenda is awarding the bids for the 2019 Michigan City Grant Paving Project. Division 1, Springland Ave. Division 2, Tall Timbers. Division 3, Tall Timbers again. Division 4, Willow Springs Drive. And another area of Willow Springs, White Birch Drive, Barker Ave, and Vale Street.
Mr. President, Reith and Riley has been confirmed as the lowest, most responsive bidder for the project. Recommend award of Divisions 1 through 8 to Reith and Riley, but rejecting the alternatives in Division 7. And the total amount would be $1,860,690.91.
Any further discussion? Now I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to award the bid for the 2019 Michigan City Grant Paving Project to Reith and Riley for Division 1 through 8 in the sum of $1,860,690.91 and to reject both of the alternatives in Division 7.
Support.
Further discussion, I call for the vote. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is a request for street closure. Michael T. Eaton, Delta, Illinois, is requesting street closure approximately 300 feet from Westwood Drive to Franklin Street and Sevier Bank for a sewer tap connection on June 24th to the 25th from 7 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Yes, sir.
Just asking for permission to close the road.
Yeah, are you Michael?
I am.
Would you please state your name?
My name is Mike Eden with Delta 3.
Okay, thank you. Got anything to say?
Sure.
Mike Keller, Michigan City Engineer. Yes, I received the street cut permit. I recommended that they that they do it in stages so they don't have to actually close the street. But if they put up the proper signage and the MUTCD according to them, they can close the street. Because there's other ways of getting to where people need to go.
Okay. Any further discussion? Not, I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve the request for street closure by Michael Eaton, Delta 3, requesting closure from Westwood Drive to Franklin Street at Sevier Bank for a sewer tap connection June 24th through the 25th from 7 to 3:30 p.m.
I'll second that motion.
For discussion, I call for the vote. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Next item on the agenda is purchasing liability insurance for the skydive parachute exhibit at the Michigan City Patriotic Parade on June 29th.
Good morning, Board. Charlie Keene, General Insurance Services, here today to present the spectator liability insurance for the 2019 Michigan City Patriotic Parade on June 29th this year. The spectator liability coverage, no changes as in the past few years. So this insurance is designed to protect the public in the event of an accident that arises out of the skydive demonstration that is planned for that day. It covers the legal responsibility to third parties who may be injured or have their property damaged due to an accident linked to the jump or skydive demonstration. The insured participant is Troy Church of Windy City Skydives. And we have additional insureds of City of Michigan City Parks and Recreation Department, and the Michigan City area schools. The coverage limits and premium options are the same as past few years that we've done this. $1 million, the annual premium is $495. $2 million limit, $865. $3 million limit, $920. $4 million limit, $980, and a $5 million limit, $1,020. And in the event of the cancellation of the jump, which we've had, I believe 2 of the 3 have gotten canceled, all but $50 is returned. And as well, the board also in the past has approved the $5 million limit.
That's what we had in the past.
Correct.
Any more discussion? I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the liability insurance policy for the skydive parachute exhibition at the Michigan City Patriotic Parade on 6/29 to 6/30. The limit being $5 million, the sum of $1,020.
Support.
For discussion, I call for the vote. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
We're gonna make a little change in our agenda. To allow Clarence to present his request on a revolving loan.
Well, Mr. President, Board of Works, thank you so much. I do appreciate this. Clarence Halls, EDCMC. You should have in front of you a request for a loan approval from Myers Glass. They're Myers Glass and company, been in business for 35 years, family-owned company, 22 employees. They operate out of 2 buildings within Michigan City. They're requesting a loan up to the amount of $40,000 to buy a new saw as they expand the business. The company has applied for the loan. They went through the process through our mortgage company, but also through the Michigan City Revolving Loan Committee, and have gotten approvals to move forward to request the final approval from the Board of Works with certain conditions. We're looking for them to pay 10% towards the purchase of this property. 3 years, 3-year loan to begin payment 30 days after the city pays the invoice to the company. So they're not getting any money from us directly. The money will be paid to the vendor.
Okay. Any further discussion? Everything in order?
Looks like it.
Okay. If there's no further discussion, I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve the revolving loan requests for Meyer Glass and Mirror, presented today by Clarence Hulse of the EDC in the amount of $40,000.
I'll second that motion.
No further discussion, I call for the vote. All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Go back to our regular schedule. We have a policy change on the Michigan City horizontal directional drill policy for third person seeking permission to horizontally drill.
So, Mr. President, we've had some of our engineers and sanitary district request some additional changes to this policy and to the application. So, really what the changes are of substance are to the actual application. Specifically, we would be clarifying that there would be an inspection fee per opening, $25 for 2 routine inspections, as approved by the city engineer. If they exceed that, then there would be an hourly rate if there's more than 2 inspections. Also, the permit fee is currently 10 cents per foot. It's going to be up to 20 cents per foot. That they didn't believe that they were charging enough for that. Also, as to the duration of the permit, we originally had it, I believe it was going to be 2 years for the permit. Everybody thought that was excessive, and so now that time frame is going to be reduced, and the city engineer is going to have discretion of how long that permit should be in effect. Correct, Spike? That's going to be your discretion.
Any limit?
It doesn't have a limit. It's kind of based on its per project, about the scope of the project, the size of the project. Then we also have, like I said, some changes to the actual policy. Most of them are some grammatical changes to reflect what I'm saying that are in the application changes. I think I hit the majority of the major changes here. Another major change would be the city and its departments are not required to obtain a permit if the project is 100 feet or less in length and does not include in creating an opening in or damaging the street or alley pavement or sidewalk. That would help our city departments. And then the city engineer's designee shall inspect the restoration of any opening of any street, alley, or sidewalk, that it meets the city standards, just so that we make sure that if there is an opening, that it's being corrected in an approved manner, that it was restored to the original condition. So hopefully this is the last change we make to this policy. It's been a work in progress, but we would request, like I said, the sanitary districts looked at this at length, water department, I know Mr. Pillar has looked at it at length. So everybody recommends that these would be appropriate changes.
Is there a time limit to repair property?
I believe it says, do you know, Spike, off the top of your head? I think it says reasonable, but I could be wrong.
Spike Peller, Michigan City Engineer, I believe that's part of the time set that I will be making with the
Oh,
project.
you'll determine that.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. I know it says that we need to restore, but I just can't remember off the top of my head. So at the conclusion of the permit, that it needs to be
Right.
restored in the correct condition.
Right.
And if for some reason there is a problem, I mean, we are very diligent about getting the certificate of insurance, making sure that the city water department sanitary is all named as additional insured.
And this will make sure that everybody that's doing the boring will have to get a permit except for city departments.
Correct. Well,
It
no,
depends. If it's that 100 feet or less and there's no opening of a street, then a city department wouldn't. But if it exceeds that 100 feet and or there is an opening, then the city department would have to.
right, water and sanitary will have to, like Attorney LePage said, we just need to know what's going on, so.
Right. Okay. Thank you. Any further discussion? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the amendments to the Michigan City horizontal directional drilling policy for third parties seeking permission to horizontally, directionally drill under the city street right away or the city-owned property.
Support.
No further discussion. I call for the vote. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is approval of supplemental agreement between Shannon Eason, Assistant Park Superintendent, is requesting amendments to the supplemental agreement number 6 between the City of Michigan City and Safety and Butler, Fairfield, so for the design and improvements of Singing Sands Lighthouse Trail Phase 1. Total overall fees remain at $359,300. Any further discussion?
So Butler, Fairman, and Seaford are the engineers that are designing the Singing Sands trails. This is still their contract for phase 1. It doesn't increase the overall contract, but it moves money around in the contract to cover different scopes. But the underlying amount of the contract still remains the same.
Okay. Has this been started?
I believe it has been bid out, so I'm not sure if it has been, I'm not sure the status of it right now.
Okay.
But I know it's been bid, I'm just not sure if it's been awarded, if the notice to proceed has.
So we're getting close.
Absolutely, and phase 2 will be just around the corner here, so.
So I've heard. Okay. There's no further discussion. I entertain a motion.
Motion to approve the supplemental agreement for the contract between the City of Michigan City Board of Public Works and Butler, Fairman, Seaford for the design improvements of the Singing Sands Lighthouse Trail, Phase 1. The total overall fees will remain at $359,300. However, amounts in the contract will be amended per what is proposed.
A second motion.
No further discussion. I call for the vote. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Next item is an amendment to the agreement. Andrew Smith, Personnel Director, is requesting approval of an amendment to the contractor professional services agreement between the City Board of Works and Safety and Wagner, Irwin, Steele, and Associates for consulting services to conduct a job classification and compensation study, amending verbiage to the agreement.
So this is similar to the last request. The overall amount of the contract is not going to increase, we're moving money around to cover. They had additional fees for their hourly rate, and their travel expenses did not. They weren't as anticipated, so we're moving the travel expenses over to the hourly for the consultants. And like I said, the overall cost of the contract is not going to increase. It's just moving money around internally within the contract.
Okay. Any more discussion? No, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the amendment of the contract of professional services agreement between the City of Michigan City Board of Public Works and Safety and Wagner, Irwin, and Shield Associates for consulting services to conduct a job classification and compensation study. This is amending verbiage in the agreement, but there will be no increase in overall costs.
Support.
For discussion, I call for the vote. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is amending the Alcoa agreement. There, Mike Dempsey, Director of Operations, Access LaPorte County, is requesting the second amendment to the third extension of the agreement for the Public Access Channel Program 9799 with the Board of Works and Safety, and they're requesting to be paid on a monthly basis rather than quarterly, beginning July. Any discussion?
Just a change to the contract again. Alco reached out to us, and it would be easier for us to pay them monthly versus quarterly.
You have no problem? Okay. I'll entertain a motion then.
Make a motion to approve the amendment between Alco and the City of Michigan City to provide payments monthly rather than quarterly, commencing in July of 2019.
Second motion.
For discussion, I call for the vote. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is approval of contracts between the Michigan City Event Coordinator requesting approval of contracts, secure performances at the Michigan City Patriotic Parade on June 29th. Pay the municipal band in the amount of $500 and Costume World in the amount of $1,050.
I'll make a motion to approve the contracts to secure performances at the Michigan City Patriotic Parade to be held on Saturday, June 29th. The payments to be made to Michigan City Municipal Band in the sum of $500 and Costume World in the sum of $1,050.
Support.
There's no further discussion. I call for the vote. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is request for parking spots by the mayor, requesting approval to ADA Americans with Disability Act parking spots located in the front of the High Praise Ministries Church, located 301 East 9th Street.
Spike Peller, Michigan City Engineer. I looked at the situation. There are existing parallel parking spots in front of this church, and all we're requesting is to set signs up that says for ADA parking. They've got a lot of elderly people that attend this church, and the mayor requests that the board approve this this motion.
Okay. Any further discussion? No, I entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve the two ADA parking spots located in front of High Praise Ministries Church at 301 East 9th Street.
I'll second the motion.
Further discussion, I call for the vote. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is approval of the claims and payroll.
I'll make a motion to approve the claims and payroll as presented.
For discussion, I call for the vote. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is unfinished business. First item has to do with United Way of LaPorte County is requesting employee payroll deductions from the controller's office. Have you done any more research?
We're continuing our research on that and hope to have an update soon.
So hold it over to the next meeting? Okay. Next item is a request by Sean Fitzpatrick, requesting streetlights on Paz Road for pedestrian safety.
Spike Keller, Michigan City Engineer. We're still working with the county to put NIPSCO lights in their property, and we haven't gotten a response yet. And I just would like to inquire to our city attorney, can we just put those lights up on their property? I mean, they're putting them up, we're paying for them.
No.
Okay, so we're still working on it.
Okay.
Hopefully, 2 weeks from today, we'll have a positive answer for you.
Okay, so we'll hold you over. We'll get there, Sean. Next item on the agenda was the McDonald's alleyway, and I don't think they're still working on it. We'll hold that over. Next two items are July 1st meeting. And the next one's November. So. Next item, anybody from the public wish to speak at this time?
Spike Keller, Michigan City Engineer. I received a request from the mayor to put crosswalks on Franklin at Homer and Charles. And I'm doing some investigation on that, but I would like to get this board's approval to go ahead because the mayor is rather concerned about the increased pedestrian crossings at these places, and if it's approved by the Board of Works, then we can proceed with this.
Okay. Any discussion?
Make a motion to approve the request to add crosswalks at Homer and Charles and Franklin streets.
I'll second the motion.
No further discussion. I call for a vote. All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Anybody else from the public wish to speak at this time? If not, any board comments? I've been traveling on Garfield going westbound, and at the corner of York, the Social and Energy Institute is parking their buses on York Street, and that if it were a four-way stop, it would make it easier because you have to come almost out in the middle of the street to see if anybody's coming from the south. So take a look at it.
Spike Keller, Michigan City Engineer. I will investigate and report back at the next.
We had it come before the board a couple of years ago, and we turned down four-way, but it's a little more hazardous now.
Yeah, I'll look into
Okay.
that and maybe we'll
Appreciate
fix it. Thank you.
Any other board comments? Please. We're going to, if there's no more board comments, we're going to take a short recess of 10 minutes.
No,
and,
you can conclude this. You can adjourn because the next one's executive session.
okay, so, all right, I'll entertain a motion then.
Move to adjourn.
No further discussion, I call for the vote. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Motion carries, we are adjourned.